We've had an opportunity to come to Puerto Rico now for the second time and do a week-long continuation of the coral restoration efforts we started back in November in the wake of Hurricane Maria.
Corals aren't just rocks. I mean, they are the bedrock of an ocean community that all the rest of the ocean life rises up from and thrives on. With Force Blue, I was excited to see what these types of veterans could do for marine conservation.
So right now we're rescuing at-risk frags from a thicket off the north side of Palomino of elkhorn coral. We will take those out and we're going to transplant them to another site to help recovery over at those sites that were damaged by the hurricanes Irma and Maria.
Clean a little bit in there,
yep,
and the cement will grab. Something for the cement always to
grab.
Okay. Grab on.
Right now, we'll cement them down. We'll get between 50 and 100% success rate, and that coral will become a reef. The storm will hit with a lot less force because the coral is actually going to absorb that energy. And even better still, we can come back out here and see all the fish that come to live in it.
We can take that piece of coral and put it in the right position to thrive. Not just that coral, but the entire community thriving around it.
We're doing really good work. Over 200 corals that we reattached so far yesterday and today.
When you're working on a coral reef, you're restoring a community. And you put it in those terms for these guys, you can't contain them.
We cleared it away, we knocked out a bunch of the detritus and the algae. Then we took a bucket of cement out, poured the whole bucket out on the face that we cleared, brought the 300-pound coral head back on it. But now we've located a couple more.
It's like a construction site. You know, it's kind of amazing to see. And after all that damage, just putting it all back together, it's like a puzzle. I think it's incredible the work these guys are doing. It takes a lot of brute force. Clearly you got the right guys doing it.
It feels good to be back with the guys. It feels good to actually take the training that we had and implement into real world use. That's one of the things I loved about the military is we had mission, we had purpose. There was something we were doing every single day and there was reason behind it. It feels good.
You are in a situation where you are lost of what everything that's happened. You see so much destruction. Having Force Blue, having people outside the local people work so hard to help is overwhelming.
When I'm down there and there's only 500 pounds of air or 400 pounds of air in my tank, I'm always looking at, it's going to matter to this one more. I can get one more, and that's how I keep pushing myself to save one more.
I'm carrying a mound of elkhorn coral, of which we're going to eventually transplant, and I'm thinking, we're giving this a second chance. So this is your second chance, this is my second chance, and we're doing this together.
5 more.
6.
Yeah. 6.
20 years ago, no one would have imagined separating their trash in America. Now it is part and parcel of day-to-day American life. I want to see the same thing done with how we view the oceans and the coral reefs and conservation and protecting creation as a whole. This is a warrior Samaritan project, and everybody can relate because we all believe in leaving something for our kids.
It's this hands-on approach that makes it novel and that makes it prone to, I think, great success because it's so unique, because it's something that we haven't really seen tried out so much before.
I think the unifying factor of the team members of Force Blue is that we're the sort of people that when someone says it's impossible or it's not worth trying, we say, okay, we'll see about that.
These are missions with NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration. These are missions with people like Sea Ventures, one of the premier coral restoration dive operations anywhere in the world. With the Ocean Conservancy, maybe the leading voice in the marine environmental movement. That's the caliber of the people that Force Blue is partnering with. And I see the light in these guys. I see it in myself. I see a group of people who are finding something together that is life-changing. And yeah, that's why I'm proud of Force Blue.
Hello everyone, I'm Jerry Schubel. We're at the Aquarium of the Pacific, and I want to introduce you to our new wing, Pacific Visions. This whole wing is dedicated to telling the story of the changing relationship of humans with the earth and the ocean and what it will take to make it sustainable. Now, Stephen Hawking, the very famous late great astrophysicist, said we have about 100 years left before we have to find a new planet and move everybody to it. That's not going to happen. Not even Elon Musk can move 10 billion people to a planet that has yet to be discovered. I like on this microphone, Planet X, our whole wing is devoted to creating a new planet right here on Earth. This is the only home we will ever have, and we need to create the equivalent of a new planet right here on Earth. The highlight of Pacific Visions is the Honda Theater, Honda Pacific Visions Theater. It seats about 300 people. It has a screen that's 135 feet long. It wraps around you and captures your peripheral vision. It's 30 feet tall, and it's a wonderfully immersive experience where we can create the sights, sounds, and smells of the world ocean, and we can even simulate earthquakes so your seats will shake if you fall asleep, and we'll wake you up so you'll pay attention to this important, powerful story. The fog, mist, smell, it's a great experience. Then after the Pacific Visions Theater, they go into what's called the Culmination Gallery. That's the one right behind me. And this is where they design that new planet right here on Earth. They do it through their decisions on their choices for energy, the kinds and amounts of energy we use, how we grow and raise our food, both on land and in the ocean, and also how we deal with our precious and very limited fresh water. And this gallery closes with a short 3-minute film that captures what they've learned. And then going back into the original aquarium, where we have lots and lots of live animals, makes it for a perfect way to spend a few hours on any day of the week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today at the Aquarium of the Pacific's new wing, Pacific Visions. We hope we'll see you again soon.
No problem of human destiny is beyond human beings. I am talking about genuine peace, the kind of peace that makes life on Earth worth living. Not merely peace for Americans, but peace for all men and women. Not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time. Man's reason and spirit have often solved the seemingly unsolvable, and we believe they can do it again. For in the final analysis, our most basic common link is that we all inhabit this small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's futures, and we are all mortal.